Welcome, welcome.
I'ma turn it.
Felt it from the day I saw you. Is this butterflies or nausea? I can't tell the difference anymore. Promises and paranoia. Can't remember life before you. Ups, down, the ceilings, on the floor. Kill me slow with every kiss. Consider this my dying wish tonight. I want you to wreck my heart and give me stitches. I love the emotion sickness. Oh, 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 oh. You're the cause that cures the symptoms. My unfortunate addiction. Oh, 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 oh. So kill me with a kiss. That's my dying wish.
I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken. And I'm broken.
I'll never let you drown. Let you drown. I'll never let you drown.
his videos make me think of. So it's gonna be fun.
Ghost. Stories of the ghost.
Make a clip. I'll make an edit that we can post on social media.
Cool.
So Richard was a foster parent and had a placement of a 13-year-old girl who he gave an alias to.
Yeah, big respect. That's
And
awesome.
that's Tina. And
Tina.
So when Tina was 6, she thought her biological father was dead. And he wasn't. So, I mean, you have a 6-year-old. So I don't know if it was something she heard, something she assumed. He didn't
Yeah.
go into this. For whatever reason, her father was not dead, but
Yeah.
she was under the assumption that he was.
Someone closer said he's dead to me.
Yeah, or
Something
just
like
like,
that.
you know, like, or just, maybe it's easier to think, in all honesty, he's dead rather than doesn't want you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe that's not the case. Maybe it's like
Something
other
else,
things.
other factors,
Sure.
mental health,
Yeah.
other kinds of health.
Either way, she's like, okay, he's not here anymore, and that means he must be dead. So I'm gonna try and contact him in the spirit world. So she would just kind of like call out
Kind of creepy.
and hope to have her father respond. And I don't know exactly what this entails. Like, it's not like it's ritualistic. She's got all of her stuffies in a circle and she's lighting candles. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think what it is it comes back to one of our favorite words on this podcast.
Intention.
Intention.
I
think
totally agree with that.
So she's calling out, she's trying to reach her father, and she never hears a response until one night, when she finally does. She asks, is there someone there? And she hears a voice saying, I am here.
Oh no.
The voice told Tina that its name was Mellable, and that it
Mellable?
would always protect her.
Okay.
And here's a quote from Richard.
Mellable.
Quote, Tina claimed that from that day forward, whenever she looked into a mirror, she would see a demonic-looking shadow woman out of the corner of her
Oh,
eye.
hell no.
with
She's
sharp
creepy.
teeth and black, hollow eyes. She claimed
Tia?
that if she stared in the mirror for too long, Malleable would take control of her and make her do
That sounds like a TT.
None of this was told us, of course. While she was in my home, Tina displayed something akin to dissociative identity disorder, in which she had different handwriting, different manner of speech, even a slightly different voice, as well as what I assumed was schizophrenia.
Oh! So she's even fucked up. She's fucked.
Yeah. So, and just because I might be saying it wrong, I just want, in case there's people out there who know way more than I do, which is probably most of you. Malleable, I'm saying it is Mellable, and that's how Richard wrote it and was presented to us.
Okay.
Mellable. I say that because if I search that, nothing.
There's no
yeah, it wasn't.
information for
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't like we had one recently that you covered, right? Where it was like this guy, the demon.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Well, no, we don't need to say it, but the girl said that it was the demon, but it was like this name just showed for this, which
Oh,
is the Lucifer.
yes,
like,
yes.
Not Lucifer.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was the possession survivor.
Possession is your back. That's right.
Malleable sounds
Malleable.
Mephistopheles, which
Here's the M.
no, I mean I hear it a little bit in the Elable.
In the description, like what I described as a sunray.
I mean that is it's not really described. Mephistopheles. You know what it's from?
No.
It's from Dr. Faust, and that's the demon that Dr. Faust makes the deal with. I wonder if there's a connection there.
Maybe. So Richard had another foster daughter who he used the alias Jessie. And Jessie was absolutely terrified of Tina. In fact, she often begged to sleep on the floor of Richard's room to avoid Tina.
Damn,
And this
that's-
troubled Richard.
That's sad.
And years later, he found out that Tina would spend the evenings talking to something in the mirror. Sometimes Tina would just stand in front of the mirror without so much as like a single shift of weight or like a muscle twitch for just hours, staring at this mirror and making strange noises. But again, Richard did not know this at that time.
Yeah.
And he remembers one day when Tina and Jessie were supposed to be playing, Tina made Jessie so upset that Jessie cut herself with a razor.
Oh.
And blood was pouring from Jessie's legs and arms. And apparently when Tina saw it, she went into this like trance-like state. And Tina found herself staring at the mirrored closet doors and just started banging her head against the wall. And that night, Tina asked Richard to cover up all of the windows. And there's no closure on that statement. That just She said, cover all the windows. And he has no idea, even still.
Did he do it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, no, he.
We're gonna pass tonight.
Yeah, that's one of the things about this that is interesting because we are talking about children, but Richard doesn't just give in, and I could see how some people might find that not giving into like a demon or anything like that, but just like
To a child.
to a child. You know what I mean? I could just from afar. There's certain things that'll happen that maybe seem a little insensitive or cold, but it's like you're not there, and
It's a whole situation, especially being a foster parent.
yeah. The whole thing is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of eggshells, like dinosaur-sized eggshells.
A lot of eggshells.
So a short while later, Jesse left Richard's home, and he didn't exactly say why, but I'm assuming safety,
Well, because she's fucking crazy.
probably a certain consideration in that matter. In the
Cuckoo
fact
for
that
Cocoa
Jesse
Puffs.
just
It's
didn't
10
go home.
times worse.
Cuckoo.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
For lots of Cocoa
So here's a
Puffs.
quote from Richard. Once Jesse left, Tina became worse. She would laugh maniacally at random, would talk to herself. She did terrible things to my cat.
Whoa.
And on Thanksgiving of 2017,
She skinned the cat?
she had a complete mental breakdown. The night before Thanksgiving, I asked her to help me with the dishes,
Hello.
and she told me, "Why are you even asking me if you're just
Hello.
gonna force
What are
me
you doing
to?"
there?
And I was confused because I never did this. She started fake hiccuping, and I was trying to ease the tension a little bit, so I said her hiccups were fake as a $3 bill. Tina slammed the refrigerator shut and glared at me with hatred, her hand still gripping the handle. And she said, "Don't you ever call me a liar." I don't even remember what I said, or if I said anything at all to that. Then, in a different, robotic, and devoid of emotion voice, she said, "Do you need me for anything else?" Confused, I said, "No." And then she added, "Can I go to my room now?" And I told her she could. A few minutes later, she began throwing everything around her room and flinging her arms back and forth while doing what
Oh my
sounded
mom.
like a cross between screaming and growling. It was so loud and destructive that I actually put my phone in my front jacket pocket and started recording, so I could use it almost like a body camera to show her social worker why she needed to be removed from my home.
How psychotic she
Tina
was?
somehow pushed me, standing at 6 foot 230 pounds, so hard that I flew back 4 or 5 feet and almost knocked over a heavy vase.
Damn.
She began screaming and crying, and genuinely seemed like she didn't know where she was or what she was doing. I explained to her that we were going to try and get her some help, but then she told me that she pushed me because I tried to hug her. And I protested, but she began making up stories, so I showed her the video of her acting out. Suddenly, she looked down at the floor with her mouth wide open as if she was going to scream, and she grabbed her ears. Her eyes were wide, and her whole body began shaking. She started drooling on the floor. So there's more to
Sounds
this
pretty
quote,
cool.
but I want to know what your thoughts are with that so far.
Well, holy shit. That's what? Now we know there's a lot of baggage there, from the past and kind of situation.
What do you mean?
Well, she's in foster care, so there's some kind of problem. Something's going on.
Well, it might not necessarily be her. It could be her family.
Absolutely, I didn't mean it was her, but there's something happening. There's some kind of feelings maybe that aren't being addressed. I wonder. Has he looked at mental health situations? I know he says that maybe there was some. See, you said DID, right?
Yeah, DID, schizophrenia.
Yeah. Is any of that ever confirmed?
No, because we're not done yet. Now, I think in this moment,
Hello?
he didn't immediately go, "This girl's possessed."
Right.
He even said himself, he was thinking schizophrenia. I mean, he's the one that brought up DID.
Yeah.
So he was thinking that for sure. I think, and that's kind of one of the unique things about the paranormal, and we don't talk about it every episode. You mentioned it, Possession Survivor, we did. But there is that line between mental health and paranormal.
Yeah.
And it can be a thin line, and it also can depend on your biases coming into a story, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you
Right.
believe in
Correct.
paranormal
Yes, I do agree.
And you believe in demons.
I'm on-
then you
I'm live
might
on air
believe
here,
that
so.
she's showing signs of possession.
Gotta let my
Where
viewers,
if you
you know.
don't, like, you might believe in ghosts or you might believe in cryptids, but you don't really believe in demons or that a human could be possessed. Then you're like,
I mean, I do.
oh, crap,
I look at
my
my wife
DSM-5,
every day, and I mean,
or, you know, there's something that we can actually point to.
possessed right
study
now.
That is, you know, happening with her.
I think the biggest indicator would be if there's a reaction to any kind of religious symbology or anything like that.
So, I mean, he is trying to get her out.
Yeah, he's
That's like-
rightfully so at this.
It's such a sad situation in itself, too, because, like, imagine being a foster parent
coffee.
and you feel like you have to fight tooth and nail to remove one of your children. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's justified, like, what a terrible situation. And not even to be, like, to fight for it. Like, I'm going to, on my own, collect video evidence to prove why you have to take this child away.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, Jesse leaving, I feel like it's kind of already, the door's been opened, then maybe things aren't going well here.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, you can't be like if he wanted to continue being a foster parent, I mean, right now he's going to be like at bat and he's up for two. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even get like a sack fly or anything.
Yeah, the history is not in his favor.
You're an asshole.
So I guess in that case, you know, he's like, well, look what you gave me. You know?
Come here.
So the whole situation is rough.
Come here.
None of this was in her like
Say hi.
record or anything.
Say
You
hi
know,
to the
this is
peoples.
all brand new since she came to the house.
As far as he knew.
Hello,
yeah.
peoples.
Okay.
Well, I mean, from
See,
6 to
look,
13.
little mermaid right there. Watch.
Yeah.
You know, it's a decent amount of time. So let's get back to
Little mermaid's head. You see it?
Whoa.
The little warhead
So
right there.
canceling
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner.
There, back up.
As
Look, look, look.
DCFS
And there's
offices
Maymay's
were
big
all
old head.
closed, and her social worker was not replying to calls or emails. Tina started doing a trance-like scene. After dinner, she started watching demonic summoning videos on YouTube. She watched something called The Midnight Man, which you know we know about,
Oh, I know about that.
and how to summon him,
Yeah.
summoning some sort of.
You just
bloody
go to the
ghost.
mirror and say, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Around 7 p.m. that night, she was sitting on the stairs leading to my bedroom and asked me what I would do if she was laying upside down on the stairs, covered in blood. I asked her if she was planning on hurting us, and she said, covered in blood with a knife in my hands. The girl had done so many terrifying things that at night I would barricade the entryway up to my upstairs loft bedroom so that I would hear her coming when she came to kill me. She would say things like, "You haven't even seen half of my rage." I told her that I wasn't afraid of a 13-year-old girl, and she gave me a big smile and said, "Maybe not while you're awake." When I asked her what she meant, she said in a weird, almost sultry type of voice that sounded like an older woman, "Everybody's got to sleep sometime." And then she started laughing. So, eventually Richard was told by Tina's social worker
Yeah, I'd be scared.
to remove all the doors in a room so that they can keep an eye on her at all times, and was also instructed to lock up all knives and sharp objects.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where it's like it's one of the if you wanted to keep her,
Yeah.
then you're gonna do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
this is one of those things. Like if this was his biological daughter, would you do it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I
and
get that.
That's
That's
fair. It's
different.
not fair. It's fair. It's not fair. You know, it's all morally gray. But like he's not in a place where he's trying to make it work. He's trying to end this.
Right. He's collecting
Yeah, I don't wanna
evidence
keep her.
at this point.
Send her.
Right, and they're like,
Get her
take
away
off
from
the
me.
doors, lock up all the sharp
Damn.
stuff, and probably
Give
be
me a
okay.
call in the morning. Make sure.
Unfortunately, that's how
No.
most
Yeah,
social
he's like, no.
workers are.
He said he lives
Oh,
in
she-
a live work
she outta here, she
and so
gone.
He works from home and he has clients.
Big
in
rocks
his
stay
house.
up, stay
Right,
long.
So he told them, I'm not having clients come in and walk past this empty bedroom. First of all, he doesn't want people to see a bedroom, but two, he
Yeah.
doesn't want to see Tina's bedroom.
Yeah.
Should be upside down, floating, throwing knives.
Yeah.
I don't even know what work he necessarily did, but
Right. Like,
I think we find out
is
actually.
your daughter
But-
flying? And he's like,
Is that,
have you seen this?
Does that make you want to have a sale? Is that, how do you feel about my daughter flying? She will kill you unless you. I don't know. Reoccurring.
There you go.
So, but you know what I mean? It's tough because, like, under other circumstances, I feel like there are parents that would do.
Ma'am, if you have your
Anything?
drink, please.
But I'm not saying that in a way to make it sound like Richard is doing something wrong.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I just know there are parents listening to this that are like, why, you know, you should do anything for your children. but also there is bodily harm.
No.
There's fear.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
That's
barricading
why
your
there's
home
homes for
every night.
children
You're,
like that. I wouldn't.
that's
That
the way
is
to
so
live.
intense.
Called Sacramento Children's Home.
Yeah.
Sit up there.
He said, I ain't doing that.
He said,
And that made the social worker angry,
That's so
It's time for a
wild.
nap.
That's so wild.
but he stood his ground. He's like, I'm not doing it. You're not going to get me doing it. I'm not doing it.
I don't know.
So, instead, he collected all the evidence he could of Tina's behavior and submitted that to them. So a short while
Where'd you
later,
drop
they
it?
agreed to send a
Where'd you
PMRT,
put it?
psychiatric medical response team, of 4 individuals to Richard's home.
Listen,
there.
And
listen
they
to this
sat
part.
down and interviewed Tina. And here's another quote from Richard. Tina told them how she became possessed by this malleable creature and told them openly about how she had visions of her mother's throat getting ripped out by Malleable's teeth
Just
and
wait.
how the spray would look.
Just
She
wait.
told them about her
She's
plans
fucking
to
psycho.
move with the family,
She's psycho.
which she delayed because she wanted to grow up and get a good job first, and murdering her family would hamper those plans, and then also how she was going to murder me. She went on and on, explaining in calm detail about how she once broke every single one of her family's belongings out of revenge. For 45 minutes of this, the PMRT team went outside to talk amongst themselves. We waited.
Get her the fuck out of the house.
20 minutes,
Just wait. Just
30
wait.
minutes.
Just wait.
Hell
40
no.
minutes, I went outside to look for them. They were right in front of my door, with a panicked and genuinely frightened look on their faces. I asked them if they were taking her, and the woman said no. I started panicking,
Just wait.
and one of the men explained that it wasn't safe for them to ride in a car with her or even be in our home with her. They told me they called for an ambulance and we need to strap her to a gurney to take her away before she harms someone. I literally begged them and convinced them to at least let us all walk with her through the courtyard because I live in a weird complex and my loft was very far from the front gate. The ambulance was parked on the street, and once we arrived, they tied her to the gurney with straps and put something over her face that seriously looked like it was out of Hannibal Lecter. And that was the last time I ever saw her.
Wow.
It's not done.
Wow.
It's not done.
Wow.
What do you mean it's not
Wow.
done?
It's not done.
When did the exorcisms come in place?
We're not done.
Oh, we're not done?
No, we're not done.
I
I want your reaction to what I just said. We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
That's so heavy.
A little
I
bit.
said the psychologists walk out there just like,
Slot. Yeah. No, I mean we can't take her. It's not, she's gonna have to stay here with you.
That's what they're gonna say.
It's not safe for us to be in a car with her, so you're gonna have to keep living here with
So keep her in your room, you know.
Fuck that.
her. Here.
Fuck
Here's
that.
the bag, get some sandbags, no barricade stuff. We know a great guy who makes weapons to protect yourself.
That's at least
What?
Elvis,
And this
you
was in
know,
LA?
I hope. I
And
hope
recent
she's
21 and 23.
Yeah, that's like 3 years ago.
I don't know the rest of the story. I guess we'll find out, but I wonder if it continued with her or if she's better now. And we'll never really know, I guess.
Hell no, she ain't better. What the fuck?
To think that they probably thought they were going into just like a troubled little girl.
Yeah.
She's fucking psycho.
Not just a troubled little girl.
She's
but
psycho.
They come out and she's just like the details of the killing and the murdering, just like in a very calm way.
Yeah.
And just be like, we cannot get in a car with her.
Yeah. They're like, I bet.
We've
She made a
seen
ghost.
too many horror movies, man.
Yeah.
Like it's not. This, like I'm surprised they were able to get her on the gurney. Like, I feel
How
like
did
that
they do
would've
that?
been a-
Get her on the gurney.
Probably.
They,
I assume.
But it could have been. I would assume if it was.
She didn't like fly away and
It was an
levitate.
interesting detail. I feel like it would have been in submission. So she must have gone without a hitch, but
Get it? She was going
there's,
down
probably
here.
fighting. There's probably fighting involved.
he just like.
Well, hell.
Square up.
I just said 6 years of pent up. He's given one. Just one
No, I imagine the paramedics were very involved in that.
medication.
Probably police and paramedics.
Demons on paramedics.
What?
Oh, not the fun.
Oh no, not the
She's like, "I'm a
fuzz.
demon, not a shadow figure. Calm down.
That's fucked.
So, as you astutely
they're like, it's
noted,
my bed.
there's more. That is not the end.
What more could there be?
So that night,
Shit's crazy.
literally that night, Richard decided, I'm gonna throw away all the stuff in her room.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
And
Don't do that.
No,
He,
do
it
that.
was It was trauma for him. He admitted that. He was
what if,
traumatized
like,
from the
the
experience.
demon's
and he
attached to
decided
something in her
from that
room? Throw that
his
shit away and
foster
burn
raised
it.
her over. Which is a shame.
Yeah.
Because
That's just gonna piss her off.
Beautiful thing
But
to
she's
do
not
that.
there anymore, so it doesn't matter.
But also,
Hey,
given-
she'll find a way to be there.
I don't really blame her.
There.
She's gonna open up a portal.
So much in that. A lot of like there must be almost an aura in the home after that.
Mm-hmm.
There's something.
I would
So,
not be able to live
he's
in
going
that
to clean
house.
out
Hell no.
when something strange happens. None of the lights will turn on in Tina's room. Not the lamps, not the overhead light.
Mm-mm.
So he's just like, okay,
Mm-mm.
must have been a breaker, and he'll just clean it out the next day when it's daytime. The next day, all the lights are on in the room, and he kind of shrugs it off.
Bro, the fire's
But he
downtown
decides
LA.
to turn that room into a storage room. So he puts two big external IKEA closets in there,
That's real.
and he also
Not
uses
AI.
it to store
Oh, this is
equipment,
real. This is
because
downtown
he's a
LA.
photographer On the
Oh.
side. Now, I don't think that was his job. Maybe it was.
That's the
He made
news
it
posting.
sound like that was like his side thing. I don't think that his clients
The
were
world
coming
is
in like,
ending.
I need a portrait.
California is.
World
Goodbye.
is here.
And they better not be any possessed little
Well, yeah,
guys
we're
in
listening
here.
to fucking
I will
Tina
take
over
my
here.
business elsewhere.
Probably that little
So-
fucking thing.
So, the first strange moment after the whole lights thing
Good thing we didn't have to go to LA.
this moment when he's putting away his equipment, his camera equipment. And his little kid,
Yeah.
which by the way, I
For
mentioned
little
earlier,
Chinese?
he was very vague that she did terrible things to the cat.
Yeah.
But the cat didn't die, and he's talking about a kitten now. So I don't know if it's the same cat or the cat's kitten.
Yeah, that's
There
it.
was no cats or dogs were killed in either.
You're about to get
So the
marked
kitten
all
was
over.
poking around the cabinets, and he's like, I don't want my camera stuff to fall and hit my cat. So he closed all of the cabinets in there,
Yeah, that's what
and
it does.
he said he turned to get the cat and wasn't turned around for more than 30
Can I
seconds.
do babies?
When he looked back and everything was open.
Let me see.
All the cabinets, all the drawers, everything in there, open.
Man, if
Wide open.
If I was a coach, that's the red flag coming out.
Red flag, you're challenging?
Challenge that. Yep. Red flag.
I think it's the yellow flag is encroachment on the demon. So here's a quote from Richard. That night, I heard running up and down the stairs and banging in the little storage closet under the stairs. I started hearing dishes and glasses rattle, and the lights would turn on and off. I could feel
You're
something
pushing too
there
hard.
with me.
You're pushing too hard.
And so after a couple of weeks, I decided to move into the unit right next to mine, which was larger. Everything was okay for about 5 or 6 days until one night I was watching a movie, Quiet Place, with my ex on the
Yeah.
projector.
I know.
There was a projector with a fire stick and a home theater speaker. Projector and the speaker had separate power buttons, and the Amazon Fire Stick was powered by the projector's USB port. I turned them both off. About 20 minutes after I fell asleep,
They
I was
both turned
woken
on.
up to the sound of really loud music. When I went upstairs, the projector was off, but somehow the speaker turned itself on and went up to max volume, and also somehow the movie's end credits started playing from the Fire Stick with the projector off, which is impossible. From that day forward, we started hearing voices talking to both of us, and I started seeing things move out of the corner of my eye. We smelled rotten meat one night, and then when I had a friend over, who actually would later become my current wife, a bottle of sriracha moved by itself, and they encouraged me to download the footage of all this happening to my phone. We began experiencing paranormal activity almost every single day, until a priest came over to
Hell no.
perform what he referred to as a minor exorcism in his home. I showed him the videos, and we all told him what was going on. And he said that while he believed in demons, he had never seen anything like this before in his life. The activity stopped for a few weeks, but then it started back up again. Things would be thrown across the room, doors would violently slam, and lights would go crazy. We finally picked up and moved to a different part of Los Angeles, but the activity followed us again. One time, I put a glass in the sink, and the glass exploded, as if someone literally put a grenade inside. Another time,
Just
all
kill
the
yourself.
cabinets slammed shut.
Just die.
At night, we could feel and hear our bed getting kicked, and it would shake back and forth like an earthquake.
Heck no. Heck no. No.
I would wake up with bite marks all over my arms
on
and
the other
legs
side.
as well. There would be knocks on the walls and doors, the toilet lid would slam shut, lights would turn off and on, and one night my son told me that he felt something get in bed with him. After that, he refused
How old
to
is his
sleep in
son?
his bed for days.
Son getting lucky.
This had been going on and on every day for 2 years. And then one day, my son runs up to me and says that a voice spoke in his ear. I asked him what it said, and he made a sound like a big exhale of breath. He later told me he could feel it as well. Check the security camera footage, and sure enough, you could hear it plain as day. I ran outside with my son and called my wife and told her to come home so we could find a Catholic church and get some holy water.
You need more than a Catholic
We
church.
ended up finding one, that was open, and it explained the situation, and they were gifted some holy water. So they found themselves going to more and more churches to try and find solutions. And eventually they had a priest come to their home who specialized in exorcisms. His quote, I tried showing him all of my evidence, and he calmly declined. And I thought that he thought that I was lying. So I got a little upset, and I asked him why he was being so calm about this. He told me that what was in my home is like a person, it's conscious and aware, and it's demonic and evil. My jaw fell open. He explained that as people have stopped believing in God and stopped going to church, they've been experiencing a lot more of this. A lot more, he emphasized. I asked for more details, and he told me as soon as he went to my home, he had 2 others killed that same day. Since then, the paranormal activity left and never came back. But it's left me shaken at how blatant it was. I've only had one paranormal
Yes,
activity
it's almost
since
time
the
for you
last
to go to Mimi's.
exorcism. I was handing a light bulb to one of my clients when it weirdly lit up in my hand while I was holding it. And aside from that,
No, not right now.
unquote.
Soon.
I just,
Yeah, soon.
man, you said the minor exorcism. Where's the Matrix? That's what he's saying. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
after this.
Wow. I guess
It's pretty much
talk
over.
about more.
Yeah, we'll get your thoughts over in the discussion.
Yeah, that's creepy. Heck no, techno. Mm-mm. 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 Alright, you ready to go Mimi's?
No! I want to do Mimi's. I want to do Mimi's.
What if Dada goes Mimi's with you?
Oh, no,
You don't care. You just want him to go to bed, take a nap so you can go to sleep.
No.
Yes.
I'm playing my game.
No, you're not. You know for a damn fact as soon as he goes down, you're going into that room and you're sleeping.
No.
Yes.
No. She thinks she knows.
I want to do sleep. That's
She
good
don't
that
know.
we do that.
What?
You sleep, you see time to do sleep, you will be time now.
You just think you're the boss, don't you?
Quarter left. Quarter.
You're a butthead. You're a butthead. That's what you are.
Okay.
All right, we're going on a break here. T minus 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You're not even talking anymore, are you?
Yeah, I'm live.
Well, I'm gonna go do the dishes since nobody else. Get out of your butt.
Mason, you're on camera here. What the heck? Alright, well, I don't think I'm going to be playing too much longer. I think I'm going to get off now. Now that the show is over. It's pretty creepy. Yes, it was. I'd like to take this time to thank the sponsors for making the show possible.